The tech industry is kind of a mess right now. It's getting harder and harder for people to find jobs. And it's not happening only to juniors right now, but it's also happening to seniors. This made me think of the time when I was searching for a job myself and where my happiness was at all-time low and my self-doubt was through the roof. This is the story of the painful 500 applications I did to land myself an offer and how I actually turned an initial rejection into an offer, and funny enough, why I had to eventually decline it. I wanted to move to the Netherlands because my girlfriend at the time was studying there. Initially, I applied everywhere without any kind of strategy, and I got really demotivated, really depressed, because I didn't really have a direction. All I was getting was rejections after rejections after rejections. And after about 400 applications, I decided to just sit down and try to analyze what was going wrong. Because by that point, I was starting to doubt myself, starting to doubt my technical ability. I was thinking that I'm really not good enough. I was starting to compare myself to other applicants, which was really, really toxic. And overall, it wasn't a pleasant experience. Solely based on this, I was able to get so good at interviews that I began teaching others. And this is the exact reason I actually created a web development community where people can help each other and learn from each other, share insights, and just overall help each other to land more interviews and therefore offers. The link will be down in the description if you want to check it out. So after my self-reflection, here is some things that I've noticed that I started to doing right that actually landed me more HR interviews. How I actually turned the rejection into an offer was when I actually told my story and I told my actual reason for going there and why I want to be there, because of course I had somebody there and I was frequently traveling. So I didn't really try to pitch myself that well, but I started to implement little details about my mission, about my reasoning behind everything. I was not just applying, I was also sending emails, which is another thing that people don't do enough. And this is what actually made me push my CV even further, and it went past the application stage and I basically essentially skipped the line. Another way I learned to actually skip the line was actually to search for startups that just got funding. So essentially I messaged them even before they were thinking of hiring, but because they got funding, it's obvious that they will expand their workforce, right? This resulted in way more HR interviews than I had initially had. Something else that I specifically targeted was companies that were clear about their relocation policies. Some startups offer relocation packages while others might not. And it's not just startups, it's also other corporations. By knowing all of this, I actually changed my strategy. So before I applied to like 400 applications and I got barely any results, even though I was getting some HR interviews, they were just cutting me off because I was from somewhere else and they were taking a huge risk in their eyes. But as soon as I implemented the lessons from before, they began seeing me as a good quality candidate, and they liked the fact that I'm actually taking interest in them and even searching them up before they even posted a job listing. Of course, something else that got really into the way was that I was remote and there was nothing that I could do about it. One thing I could have done better was to just change my mindset about it. Because no one owes me anything, and in their eyes, it's a big risk of taking a such candidate, right? So I had to set realistic expectations for myself that it's gonna be way more harder than I initially thought. And by the end of it, I got to do so many HR interviews that I feel like now I'm an expert in them. Going back to the self-doubt about my technical skills and why they were not the problem is because as soon as I got a technical interview, I actually aced it and they really liked me. So this just makes my whole point. Don't doubt yourself and focus on the right stuff. because this is what really matters. Well, funny enough, after all the countless applications and all the hard work, I actually had to decline Picnic's offer. Why? Well, as soon as I quit my old job and I was ready to relocate, my girlfriend at the time actually broke up with me. But it wasn't all for nothing, because I got really good at interviews, and the first technical interview that I did here locally in Bulgaria actually increased my salary by 200%, which is insane, but I was severely underpaid, to be honest. So everything happens for a reason, and life continues as it is. You just have to look at the bright side of each situation. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to join the community. The link will be down in the description below. And inside the community, we share all kinds of insights. We help each other get interviews. We help each other get offers. And if you're struggling with that, it might be a good idea for you to join. So I hope to see you inside. And that's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.